Hello, welcome back. Today we are going to repot my Brassanthe, I said that wrong, Maikai, which is a cross between Nodosa Susan Fuchs and Guriana Borgiana Carula. That's a mouthful. But this is what we are going to repot today. So I've had this one since June of 2022. She has been in this particular pot since March of 23. And as you can see, she does have lots of roots, lots of active root tips. I don't see roots coming off of the new growths, but I see a new growth coming. I may have missed the mark on this one, but because I do have active root tips, I'm going to take the chance because she's growing on the edge of the pot. We're either going to put her in this pot or this pot, both of which you can get from Orchid Supply Store. Don't forget to go use your 12% discount code TRISH at checkout. Now I have already sterilized my little cutting tool here. We're going to, depending on how this media is, because I have kept it pretty damp the last year just to encourage root growth. Depending on how this media is, we may reuse this media with some new media because obviously she's going in a bigger pot. She's going to need more media, but we'll make that determination once we get in there. I did water her last night, so the roots should still be damp and pliable. Fingers crossed. I'm just making sure that all of these new roots with the root tips are not stuck to the pot. And let's see. We do have roots down here at the bottom. Let's see if they will just slide out because none of them look like they're attached. Oh, yep. If I do that one very gently, I think we can get that one out too. Let's see. There we go. Looks like that tip is already kind of broken off. So we'll loosen the media. So let's see, she has bark and perlite. I don't think there's any moss at the top, but we shall soon find out. Oh, you know what, guys? I timed it. Yes, I see some new root nubbins on one of the new growths. I'll show you guys here in just a second. And I do plan on cutting off a couple of these growths in the front. Right now, she does have a definite direction of growth, but with me cutting off, because I'm going to cut off these right here, wanky ones, because they kind of get in the way when I put them on the shelf. But that will leave her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 canes. So I think she'll be all right because I believe the rule of thumb is 4 or more. So she's definitely going to have more than 4. Those, they just, every time I put her on the shelf, they get caught on stuff just because of the way they're growing. And they're getting annoying. And because I'm repotting her. Let's see. Okay, that. So there are quite the desiccated roots in here because she did go in here. She didn't have the best root system when I stuck her in here. So that is why I kind of kept the media the way I have. So because I am going to cut, let's see, do I want to cut that one too? And just, so if I cut this right here in half, I can actually make 2. And then put it back in the same size pot. Or do I just do these 3? But let me show you real quick what I was talking about. If you look, did I damage the root? Oh my goodness, did I damage the root? Did I? Let me see. I believe I did. Oh my goodness, I did. That's okay though. That means roots are coming though. So if you look right here, I kind of damaged that root, but roots are a-coming. So, you know what? And that is a natural break in her. So I think I am actually going to cut her right there, and that'll help with roots as well, depending on how the roots look once I cut her in that spot. That will determine whether we keep both pieces. Of course, now they're all entangled. And let's see if we can get the roots untangled. Because they're intertwined, they're being friends. And of course, we want them to be friendly, but we also kind of don't. So that makes this part easier. Let's see. The majority of her growths are monofoliate. So that's why I'm kind of taking the risk to go ahead and repot her now. Like I said, I did see new roots and I did damage the one, so I need to be extra diligent now. And most of these roots in the middle are dead. But you know what? Just close your eyes if you're squeamish on this. I'm just gonna cut those roots in half because we really need to get her separated. All right. Oh my goodness. I know, I'm being real brutal here. Let's see. Untangle, 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 untangle. Okay. Did we get untangled? We did. All right. So this is the one piece. And I might pot it up. I'll decide that later. That's not a, this is the piece that I want to keep anyway. We do have some damage, but that's okay. I'm brutal, man. I'm being so brutal today. So we're just going to clip that one and clip that one. And then I believe this one is an old root. Yep, there we go. But that did take care of the bad roots. I'm just going to leave this piece of bark on here. And then that is a nice new root tip on there. So it was growing on the top of the pot, like the outer part of the pot. I'm just going to leave that on there. I am also going to go ahead and take the bottom sheathing off so that the roots come out and go down. Because there is a lovely new root tip right there. New growth coming. I have to be extra careful since I damaged the one. So I always do the bottom one first, and then I pull from the top. This way I can see what I'm working with. And I'm not gonna insist on getting all of it off. I just wanna get the bulk of it off. But if you can look, got nice new root activity going on there. Let's see what we got on this side here, if anything, because I do see some movements. And when they're growing tight like this, it really is hard. Usually I'll use my tweezers and get in there. See what's going on. Oh, I see new roots on there too. So we do have 2 root systems right there. Oh, well, I guess that piece is gone. And, oh, I was gonna say that'll leave us with all monofoliates now, but we still have this one bifoliate. And I think it grows bifoliates when it's stressed, because once it's settled in, so of course these 2 new growths will probably be bifoliates that are coming in, because I see another little bulge right here, and me being nosy, I want to see what I got without damaging any more than I've already damaged. You know what? I better leave well enough alone. I better leave well enough alone. All right, well, I guess she's going back in the same pot she came out of. That settles that. Ah, there's that new root. There's another one. Do you see it? Yay. All right, so even though I did all that root carnage, no, we won't save that one. She can go back in this same pot, and I am actually going to put her in the center now because this is her original direction of growth right back here. And then I did cut the rhizome here, which means she could possibly push out growth on this side as well. So we're going to pot her in the middle in the same pot. Makes it so much easier. So much easier. Let me just get all, excuse me, all of these stringy dead pieces off here. And I'm putting dead roots in the pot because the whole point of getting her out of there was to get rid of the dead roots. She had quite the few, quite the roots. Let's see, I think all of these are going to be just fine. And if you want to see what the rhizome looks like, it's actually nice and clean. Nice and clean, so she is a nice healthy little lady. Well, she was a nice healthy little lady till I just chopped her up. Well, you do what you do. So this is large bark, perlite, and charcoal chips. That is what she came out of. So may as well put her back in the same mix. And since I did cut that rhizome, I will not water her for a couple of days because she did just get watered, like I said, last night. And that one root that was growing on the top of the pot, I'm gonna put down into the pot, because with that tip being nice and green, it should adapt to the new setup. And this won't take but a second here. Let me know if you have the Maikai and has she bloomed for you. This one here, I think it was Paula over at Hillbilly Orchids. I think she had one and it was in bloom, or maybe she showed a bloom and I don't know, but I saw the bloom and it was one of those pretty blooms, must have, as Roger says. So I've never seen her in bloom, and with me messing with her again, she probably won't bloom for me this season as she settles back into her media. And then be very careful right in here where all those new roots are coming in. Go. And I did not add any mycorrhizal fungi, so let me do that real quick. Let's see. And then I will end up having to tie her up just because she is a little loose in a repot. Let me just add this in now at the top, and then eventually it'll shake down and flush down once I water her again. That's probably too much. Let's do some fertilizer. Give her a head start in life there. And I'm just throwing them everywhere, guys. Just throwing beads. You get fertilizer, you get fertilizer, the table gets fertilizer, everybody gets fertilizer. There we go. And I think that, my darlings, is all she wrote. I will get another stake, put it on the other side. And she does look a little buried, but this is brand new bark, so it will dry out rather quickly. And so I'm not worried about the base at all, especially because as I do this, I also kind of pull up on the orchid. I know the rhizome should be right above the media. I understand that, but I'm also using the media to help support her right now. If I need to, I can always remove some of the media around her later. So that's not, in my opinion, a big deal. Well, that was easier and simpler than I thought. And like I said, I'll decide once I clean this one up whether or not I keep it, because most of these roots are gone. I don't see I don't see any active eyes on these guys. Oh, wait. We do have an eye that could possibly, right here. Do you see that? Right by my finger. That's a possible eye. I don't know. I'll think about it. If I decide to pot her up, kind of grow the back bulb, I'll let you know in a Saturday strolling or a future video. But until then, you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.